The next topic we're going to talk about are what themes you would like to see used.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, I'm going to let you begin this because I think you are the one who thought about this topic.
Yeah, it was actually something I came up with there.
I made a top 3.
Did you? Okay, cool. It was just, I don't even know what sparked this, but I was just sitting there thinking of, themes on games and what I might want to see come out. So I came up with a few. Unfortunately, one of them I think is in the works of being made. Goonies. I love the Goonies.
Did you know they just announced a board game?
No, that's what I was saying. That's the one I'm talking about. It's so my dream come true. It's coming
Sweet.
out. Hopefully it turns out
Topic's done.
Yeah,
because
hopefully
Goonies were probably all yours.
Yeah,
Goonies.
Yeah, so hopefully it fleshes out pretty good. I'm stoked about the Labyrinth one they're coming out with. Theme wise seems cool. Gameplay, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll find out.
But getting into a little bit more, I guess, serious and darker ones, I love The Thing.
Darker? Oh, gotcha.
So, The Thing, I think, taking that and maybe, like I said, when we play Dark Moon, I've got a really, like, The Thing kind of feel from it. Maybe, like, take Battlestar Galactica and theme it out The Thing. Now, there's no Cylons and stuff like that, but it's kind of the same thing. And even with the sense that it can move on and grab other people and you won't know about it in a sense. I think you can do the same thing in a game.
Aren't they redoing that movie?
Well, they just...
Or is it It?
It, yes.
Gotcha.
They already did a... Spoiler alert. They did a prequel for The Thing.
Oh, yeah?
It was called The Thing. It looked like a remake, but then it was really wittily done. It was actually a prequel and... kind of blew my mind, but whatever. So with kind of like hidden role, but it can infect and grab other people and pull them in on your side. And then a Borderlands game would be cool just because it's fun.
Why did I not think of this?
Yes, I think a Borderlands game would be a lot of fun. Again, kind of going the darker route. Maybe something like... Now, I don't know much of depth about...
Let's go back to the Borderlands thing here.
Okay.
What kind of game would it be?
I have no clue.
Because...
It might be fun as like a card game or something.
Man, it's so easy to take a theme and paste a card game with it. Like, I feel like that happens so much that I'm kind of annoyed with it. I feel like... And the other thing is, I don't want frag.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's so random, but I don't know. That would be really cool. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't think about that.
Right.
Borderlands is my top 3 video game series.
And it's up there with mine thanks to you, so.
Yeah, it's, dude, it's so good.
Right.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, it would have to be some kind of adventure-y style game.
Yeah, but you don't want to be, I don't know, you don't want it to be watered down with a bunch of goofy combat, even though that's what the game's about, but.
Yeah. It has to have a 3-foot deck of weapon cards that you can collect.
Oh, well, definitely.
Or make it to where it's like you one weapon is like 4 different cards and it has different statistics on each one. So it's like, that would be awesome. Actually, why don't games do that?
I don't know.
Like have a prefix and a suffix and a main weapon.
Right.
And then every time you find a weapon that's looted, you draw one of each. And so it gives it like flaming blah, blah, blah. That's more Diablo, but you see what I'm saying? Like you build so much random stuff into that way.
And that's pretty much what the game does. It's got, this gun company's stock, this gun company's barrel and whatever, maybe a different kind of scope or something like that. Or the Malawan, acid, fire.
Right. The elemental effects.
Elemental, thank you. And so to go that route with it, yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Maybe it would be cool to have a card game. I'm a hypocrite.
Whatever.
But if it's like a card game, it could be who collects the coolest amount of guns or who collects the most amount of money worth of guns. Right. I don't know. But I think the combat would have to kind of be there.
Well, it's got to have fighting.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to see it be the main, like you said, frag.
It would be a cool cooperative game. I mean, the game's cooperative.
True.
Go through like a story, like a kind of like an Imperial Settlers kind of thing.
Right.
Or a Descent style game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Go. Yeah.
There we go. We figured it out.
Yeah.
Please contact me for ideas, publishers.
Yeah.
What I'm going to go through one of mine is Falling Skies. Like I said, I made a top 3.
Right.
This is the third. Falling Skies, I feel like they could really just take Dead of Winter and retheme it with aliens.
Right.
And it would be a Falling Skies game. Except for maybe you would take out the treachery and stuff, because that may not have happened that much, but I haven't seen the last couple seasons. So whatever. That would be awesome. My second is Castlevania.
I was going to write this, but I think we discussed where they were already doing it, so I left it alone. I think the idea was getting thrown around, I think you said.
Somebody had made a fan-made Castlevania game where it's kind of like a side scroll or whatever. That would be awesome. But we were talking about Blood Drenched or Blood Soaked or whatever, the video game.
Okay.
But yeah, man, a Castlevania board game would be just awesome.
Crossed my mind. Yeah. Definitely.
And finally, Final Fantasy.
Crossed my mind too.
And not any of this garbage with Triple Triad. Not that that's crap, but I mean, it isn't Final Fantasy. It's just a card game.
Right.
If they made a true Final Fantasy game, I mean, that would have to probably be cooperative or something. Mm-hmm. And you would be a party. You can even like take base Final Fantasy and you would have like a wizard and things like that. You're playing Descent.
Right. Descent, everything. Just make it out.
Yeah, every game's Descent, apparently. Yeah. I find that funny because we really haven't even played it.
No. We can.
We can now.
We can now. First
funny
edition.
Story. Eric, being the crazy trader that he is, TRADER, mm-hmm. He traded in a math trade a 4-player game of chess, mm-hmm. four version chess.
Yep.
For the first edition Descent that's only been played twice.
I was standing there when it happened.
You said the guy was super excited.
He was pumped.
Why did he need it?
Because he wanted to do Nightmare Chess with it. So
you can Goodwill this thing for $3. Eric Goodwill this thing for $3. He got it at Goodwill. So.
Like I said, when I saw Eric hand that, and then when the guy picked up the Descent game, I was like, "Is this happening? Is this real life? What's going on?"
I buy games at retail.
Wow. Okay, but back to the theme. Just to round mine out, though, what I was starting to say was I'm just going by what I've heard with Time Stories. I've not watched any videos on it. I'm not completely familiar with how it even works, but just kind of what I've heard with the cool, in-depth story and finding out what's going on, but a Silent Hill version of it.
Oh, wow, that would be awesome.
Would be pretty neat.
Actually, they don't even have to. They could have just, if they got the license, they could make a Silent Hill expansion for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, in a way, because that game is more of like the point and click adventure type of games.
Right.
You know, you ever play those type of games?
Yeah.
Like Myst,
mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Show them at age.
Yeah.
But I mean, Silent Hill wasn't one of those type of games, but they could totally do a game that's based around that IP.
Right.
Or an expansion for Time Stories based around that IP.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. So, cool. You got any more?
Yeah, one other one. I don't know many games that do this, but like something that would be like, I don't know, maybe this one's a little corny. This was the last one I come up with, but like raising a family like Sim style or something.
Like The Sims, the board game?
Yeah, and maybe, I guess you would have to like kind of like feed your people in quotes.
We hate it so much.
In a sense, but because there would be a lot of, you have to manage everybody, but it'd be fun to like have something that you kind of raise up. I don't know.
Yep, that's true.
That's not as good as my other ones, but it just kind of popped in my head. I was like,
I have one that just popped in my head. Harvest Moon. Did you ever play that?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's a curricula.
Right?
But, I mean, you would do it in a different way.
You would.
That doesn't make any sense.
You need your pixies. You get your pixies out of the tree. Yeah. So.
You have to spend action points to
Sorry,
pull things up.
It was the gnomes that helped you, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it was the gnomes. I think you hired gnomes to help farm your stuff. But.
Yeah, you could have a little player board with your guy, and then you had so many action points to spend that day, and then you would start pulling stuff up. Just don't make it worker placement. It would be differentiated from Agricola.
Right.
Anyway, let's
that went a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be a short topic where we couldn't come up with nothing, but hey, pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty
hopefully
good time.
It's entertaining to people.
Yeah.
Let us know. Send us an email.
Yep.